Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery. I am Scab, your host, as if you needed to know that. Today, we're doing the Nomad EDC, built by Work Tough Gear, Mr. Vic Lynn at Work Tough Gear, designed by my brother from another mother, Mr. Hezekiah Manacho. You will know him as Zeke or Hooligan Zeke. He is on Instagram. Go follow him. He is one of my favorite designers. He's a knife guy. Before we get too far into this thing now, 22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I say it over and over. I mean it repeatedly. You have a place here. Don't fight this fight alone. We back the blue over here. We support Leo. Scab, how in the world do you do that? Well, we don't break the damn law best as possible. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Hang in there, and you're welcome here as well. Well, guys, got a little longer video today, so we skipped the whole intro. We'll bring it back, but I wanted just to go straight to the knife on this one. For those of you who are new, we got a lot of new folks rolling in. Thank y'all for riding with us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for believing. We set up the videos thusly. I try to do it to where if you turned off the narration, turned off the noise, and you just watch the video, you'll see what the knife is capable of. Don't believe in abusing the knife. Some would disagree with that, but I do not believe in abusing the knife. I just want to show you its capabilities. Now, I received this from Mr. Vic last week sometime. I don't know the exact date. I think it was Thursday of last week, a week ago today. This knife has not left my pocket. I'm going to show you throughout this video. You'll see me pulling it out of a back pocket or a front pocket. I purposely have not put any kind of tech lock or any kind of nylon, anything on it to wear it from a belt. I think it would come in great. It is MOLLE compatible. It's a Kydex sheath with all the appropriate stuff that Kydex sheath comes with. Rivet holes. It's really well done. It's got a thumb push that I really enjoy. But there are certain knives that just speak to me. When I see it, it speaks to me. The Preacher, D-Bad Preacher. When I'm talking about D-Bad, Donnie is marching to 10,000. He is another brother from somebody else's mother, and I love him dearly. Get over there and subscribe to Donnie B all day. But the Preacher spoke to me. This knife, from the time I seen it, now I love the proper chopper. I love the Nomad Camp. I love the Nomad Field Knife. Zeke just has designs that speak to me. There's a couple guys that way. Bill Harsey, Hooligan Zeke, Donnie B all day. They're knife guys. So throughout this video, when I reference Zeke or whatever, just know he's a knife guy. He takes care of my hands. What does that mean? It means the handle has great contours. It fits perfectly. The handle length on this one is 4 inches. That fits my hand. That's going to be as small as I can go. Well, that's not true. I have an RMJ U-cap that's a little smaller, 3.5 to 4 inches. For this size of knife, it's perfect. It is a 3.5 inch blade. It's ATS 34. I am a huge fan of this steel. I have the Nomad, I believe, field knife in the 34. And as soon as it dulls up, if it'll ever dull up, I've done a couple videos on it. I'm going to send my Work Tough Gear stuff to my guy Mikey over at Cerebral Ballsy to sharpen. Now, before I move forward, I made a comment the other day in the live, and I did a short. I had said I carry a Billy Waugh demo. It's a RIP design, Robert Young Pelton and Bill Harsey design. DJ Horn turned me onto them. I thought DJ had put some of the Billy Waughs together. That wasn't true. I said he did. He did not. He did put some knives together for DPX, which is, again, Robert Young Pelton. So, my bad there. Lion still made the Billy Waugh demo. Now, people say, who cares? I care. I don't like putting out bad information, and there are some knife nerds out there who get all worked up. So, DJ, again, my brother, I apologize. And I love DJ. DJ has done a masterful job. He's an OEM, but he's done a masterful job on bringing a bunch of my knives back together. Now, Having said that, let's get back to the Nomad EDC. And you see what I mean, guys? I can talk about anything and the knife's still working. That's what I want you to pay attention to. I'm going to ramble. Now, here's my Donnie B all day drop test. Now, y'all seen the other day on the proper chopper, it not only crushed the 4x4, but the cinder block that was under the stump got crushed as well. So this is a little bit different. We got the Donnie B all day throw it at the stump test, the Donnie B all day drop test. We're going to do my new test that John Peters come up with, the JP stab test. It's where I've taken the some tire rubber, taped it together, and we just stab it. Now here I am right here, kind of pulling it out, putting it back. I'm just showing y'all that. These knives, the Nomad EDC and the proper chopper, tomorrow, October 22nd, 6 p.m. Pacific time, they're dropping. If you want one of these, be on Work Tough Gear's website. Now, I'm not affiliated with Work Tough Gear other than I absolutely love their stuff. Love it. Tomorrow night, October 22nd, 6 p.m. I'll do probably do a reel and a short tomorrow. I believe in these knives that much. Now, this is the JP stab test. You see right there, it goes right through that sidewall. I love the tip on these knives. It is reminiscent of the Camp and the Nomad field knife. Slice a little tire off right there. Now, we're going to do this, and that's one thing I want to cover too. The handles are the 3D Machine G10. Comfortable. Oh my Lord, it's comfortable. And I love it. And it's kind of that burnt orangey looking, but it comes with blue liners, full tang construction. You do have a hole for a lanyard down there if you want to do that. I will say this, putting a lanyard on one of these, tucking it in your pocket might be your best way to carry it. You know you better than I know you. I know me half the time. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, that made no sense. Well, welcome to Choir Boys Cutlery. Glad you're with us. The other thing you'll notice if you're new is I will say shit that makes no sense several times per video. You're welcome to point it out. It really doesn't affect me. I love you. God bless you. Now, the thing about this knife is this. Now, here's my baton. This is one thing I do. I work on this handle on this baton with each knife because it's made out of that hackberry stuff that's hard as a damn brick bat, son. The one thing I was going to say about this knife, going back to that, is it is a slicer. It has a fat belly. Here's where all the jokes come. But this thing is a slicing machine, a stabbing machine, and I seriously have carried it every single day, whether it's work, whether it's dinner, no matter what. I have carried this knife. Nobody's, none the wiser. I'll carry it today to work. It's just an awesome little knife. Some guys only carry folders, and let me say this. My guy Kirk Weiss, who really kind of got me into knives and was teaching me a bunch about knives, this is his size knife all day long. And a lot of you guys, Carl Ruger, a lot of you guys out there, Captain Electro, a bunch of y'all, knife guys, woods guys, outdoor guys. Now, Cap's more of a do-it-all kind of guy, kind of insane kind of guy, but these knives right here are their forte. You know what I'm saying? Isaac the Noob, guys that don't want to carry a huge hulking knife, but are really good. Ron T, who's the best looking man on YouTube, Redneck Renegade. These kind of knives are generally their forte. My forte is more the big bashers, the crashers, the choppers. But I'm telling y'all, this knife's so good, it makes a novice like me look halfway competent. Not fully, but halfway. Right here, we're blowing through the water hose. I'll tell you this knife has cut this old water hose better than any knife I had. Yeah, there's a little tug there, but this thing just goes through it. Now we're going to do a push cut here. Now, old Scabber, Scab Bushcraft Baldwin here. I didn't realize I went through the hose, apparently right there, and just kept going because I'm just a novice at best guy. I'm an idiot. So what I wanted to show you with some of these rubber tests is this. Here we're going to do another push test. I don't hold it quite as long. Now, here's a test that I really, really like. It's where we stand it up and just kind of glide the knife down. Why? Just to kind of show you that edge. the water hose doesn't buckle, it doesn't bend, knife glides right through it. In a little bit, we're going to process a tire, literally. And this knife is comfortable. There's no hot spots in it, none whatsoever. There's no jimping on the back. When I show you a side view again, I want to point something out to you. On the blade, there's a divot. I'm going to call it a reverse choil. I know that's not what it's called, and you can let me know again in the comment section. But on the back of the blade, there's like, let's call it a reverse choil, a divot, where you can just very comfortably, I mean, it feels natural. You see it right there between the handle, going from the handle onto the cutting edge at the top there. See that little divot? That's as natural a point right there to put your thumb as anything. Now, this is just a little 1 by 1 or 1.5 by 1.5, something like that. I just wanted to process a little bit of wood, hit it with a baton some, just to show you. I wanted to do everything I could do. I cut just about everything I could cut. Spit it out, son. Come on, Scab. Stay in there with us. To show you the capabilities of this knife. And again, guys, I'm a novice at best. I had a blast with this knife. I spent probably 3, 4, probably total about 5 hours just out dicking around with the knife over the past couple days, filming some different stuff, getting ready for some different stuff. This knife is an absolute joy to use. And I'll say this, some guys can't carry a huge knife. Dude, I get it. I get it. And I'm talking about a folder. With a 3.5-inch blade, a 4-inch handle, you're probably at 7.5, and throw in a quarter for its full tang, and it's got a little wig splitter there at the bottom. So let's call it probably 7 3/4. Slide that in your pocket, son, and you're good to go all day. Very comfortable, not one single solitary hot spot on the hands. Now, if you've watched more than one video of mine, you know, and you know what I'm going to say, I got busted up hands. I do. My own stupidity. They're battered and bruised. So handles, people who care about that's big to me. Zeke made sure that handles and contours were perfect on this. Mr. Vic did a masterful job on this knife. I love big knives. I've said that. I'll say it till I'm dead. Y'all know that. I have a blast with big knives. This may be my favorite Work Tough Gear knife, and that is a massive statement. Now, let's process the tire, shall we? Now, I didn't stab it. I say that up front. But right here, we're just blowing through that sidewall. Yes, I'm pulling. But guys, I'm closer to the rim than what you see. When we go high right here, look at that. Just slashes it right open. And it's going to come, you're going to see it come a lot easier. Now, the other thing is this. If you really, really pay attention to my videos, I try to do as many things out of positions as I can. I've said this a million times. I'm built like the world's tallest dwarf. I have T-Rex arms. So reaching over, leaning over, anything like that, I'm out of position. That's more impressive to me. Now right here, let's cut this in half. Gone, son. Gone. Now, top right-hand corner, just to show you a little bit of penetration, sliding it through that plastic bottle. You say, what's impressive about that? Well, if you cut many plastic bottles, you know after the first cut or so, that plastic becomes very, very flimsy. And if you watch the knife, it slides right in, slides right out. We're still processing this tire. Out of position again, no problem. And I can tell y'all for a fact, Work Tough Gear does as good a heat treat as anybody I've ever seen. I'll say that again. Work Tough Gear, in my opinion, does as good a heat treat as anybody I have ever seen. I have tested 7 or 8 Work Tough Gears. If I could test every one of them, I'm telling y'all right damn now I would. Not one chip, not one roll, not one ding, not one dump, nothing. Nothing on the proper chopper, nothing. Third time, last time I'm going to say it. One, Mr. Vic, hats off, buddy. Work Tough Gear does as good a job with that damn heat treat as I've ever seen. What does that matter? Edge retention, reliability, staying sharp, quality. And when you talk about Work Tough Gear, you're talking about quality. You say, Scab, you're high on them. I'm incredibly high on them because they put out good stuff. If I like you, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And again, no affiliation, no business link with them. This knife is an absolute joy. The other thing, and I've said this a couple times too, if you go on Instagram and you hit up Zeke Manacho, Hooligan Zeke, all right, that's his name on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, the guy will respond. If you hit up Mr. Vic, now, Mr. Vic actually works and he actually gets his hands dirty. He made the Kydex sheaths for these, so it may take him a minute. These guys respond. Now, as they grow, will they be able to do that? Got a feeling they're going to try to. They've got some younger guys coming on. My guy Hunter Cutchin's got the Aries coming out. I'm fired up about that. Shout out to Hunter. They've got some great things dropping. One of the Puzon, something in the Puzon line's dropping tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. It's just a damn beast of a buoy. Jump on this train while you can. There's a good look. You see the divot at the top. Now, if we're going to do one thing, the other thing y'all learn is this. We'll do it. If we do one thing well, we'll do it 100 times. The thing is, I sold El Diablo, or it's getting sold November 3rd, so I got to get all this trash out of it. So y'all going to see the back of it a bunch. I got to process these tires up. I'm going to put them back together to keep going for my JP test. Put some more things together we can stab. But you see, again, out of position, we've cut wood, we've cut plastic, we've cut that polyethylene rope, we've cut nylon rope, we're about to cut some damn zip ties right here. Guys, this is, now watch this. Bam, 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 bam. Turn out the lights. There's my war club. I'm still working on it. Hopefully have it done next week. Got about a minute left. Let me just say this. I'm a huge fan of the Nomad EDC. It's a home run. They're dropping tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Be on Work Tough Gear's website if you want to jump on this or the proper chopper. My boy Mikey, whom I love, and I do love that dude, and his fiance, Miss Lauren. They're just an awesome couple. Mikey says it best. He said, Scab, never give up, never surrender, and everything will be all right. The Nomad EDC is so good it'll cut Caravelle ice cream cake, my favorite. Guys, I celebrate my birthday for about a week, so y'all just get used to that. Well, listen. I love y'all. God knows I do. God bless y'all. I hope he does. Vets, hang in there with us now. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm going to eat a little ice cream cake. I'm gone, son.